Hello Nova Nation, it's WXVU Sports Director David Szczepanski here on Mendel Field. You can see the tents are set up for Family Weekend behind me. It's not crowded now, but in just a few hours it'll be packed with members of Nova Nation getting ready for the annual Family Weekend football game as Villanova will take on William & Mary at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday at Villanova Stadium, a place where the Wildcats have not lost since 2022. It's been 3 years and 17 consecutive home wins for the Wildcats on Lancaster Avenue, and it's great for Villanova to get back to the friendly confines as the Wildcats have lost back-to-back games for the first time since 2022 as well. Loss on the road to Penn State and also on the road last week in West Long Branch, New Jersey to Monmouth. That was our CAA opener. Villanova lost that game by a final score of 51-33. It was the first time the Wildcats allowed more than 50 points to a conference opponent in a very long time, and Villanova really struggled defensively in the secondary. Derek Robertson had a great game. Offensively, the Wildcats got off to a slow start but then picked it up in the second half. Pat McQuaid had more than 300 passing yards in that game, and David Abbott continued to look good. So back-to-back weeks that Abbott has really impressed in the rushing attack and in the ground game. Abbott actually had 3 touchdowns on the ground last week for Villanova. The Wildcats 1-2, trying to get their second win of the season and their first CAA win against William & Mary. When you look at William & Mary, they come into this game pretty mediocre, 2-2 overall. Their offense averages 24.5 points per game. They give up 28 points per game. When you look at their 2 wins this season, they had defeated Maine, which is their lone CAA contest. That was a 1-point win against Maine a few weeks ago, and then a win against Charleston Southern last week by a final score of 34-7, but that score is a little misleading. The game at halftime was 14-7, so that was the score is very close, and William & Mary pulled away as they should in the second half. So again, pretty mediocre when you look at a lot of the stats, but they're always well coached. They're always a gritty and a pretty good team in William & Mary. Villanova, though, has struggled against William & Mary over the last couple seasons. The Wildcats have lost 2 straight to William & Mary, and the Tribe also have a winning record in program history against the Wildcats. In terms of some key players for William & Mary, you'll start with their quarterback Tyler Hughes, who has more than 700 passing yards this year. He has 8 touchdowns and only 1 interception, so good ratio there. He throws for about 160 yards per game. This is his first year really being the starter for the Tribe. When you look at the stats last year, he played in just 6 games. The rushing attack is led by Rashad Raymond, who has 3 touchdowns this season. But when you look at William & Mary the past few years, we talked about this on Villanova Sports Talk on Monday, really the rushing attack for William & Mary has kind of been their bread and butter, but this year they're averaging just more than 3 yards per carry. So we'll see if Raymond can get going against Villanova's rushing defense, which has struggled the last couple weeks. And then lastly on defense for William & Mary, they're led by Luke Banbury, who is a transfer from Cornell. He has 50 total tackles already in the first 4 games for William & Mary this season, so defensively he's a linebacker. He is the player to keep an eye out for. Villanova expected to win this game. They should. We'll see if the Wildcats can shake off what has been a tough 2-game stretch. Thanks everybody for tuning into this preview video. We'll see you tomorrow on WXVU beginning at 3 p.m. with the pregame show, and then of course kickoff from Villanova Stadium on Family Weekend at 3:30 p.m. Have a great rest of your day, Nova Nation, and as always, go Cats!